Hello, peeps. This is Michael Forrest. My review for Hawkeye and Superman and Lois. Um, uh, like, subscribe, see more videos. I'm gonna try this out as well, and hopefully this works. This whole day I've been trying to make this video, so I hope this works. I really do. I've been desperately trying to make this video. So I hope this works. This is the third time doing this, and then was on the phone with Dell too. And they did help. The guy Armin, he did help. Finally the camera works. Um, they were helpful and nice. Just really annoying. I've been trying to do this all day, and yeah, finally now. Ugh. Can I do this now? Yeah. It's funny because my horoscope thing, and I just look at that stuff, but it was like, oh, this is your day or something, and I'm like, okay, sure. With all this, wasted all my day with Dell, yeah, and this computer not working, and there's still pain in my leg, so I got to still walk every hour and do that. Made dinner at spaghetti meat sauce that I made, cut up the peppers and onions, and um but yeah, my review for Hawkeye, I'm gonna go in about the character first, how I was introduced. I never read any of the comics, though I am interested to read comics. I was introduced by the movies. And I'm not a fan either. It just never grabbed me. And there's no characterization to the character either in the movies. Only in Age of Ultron, they give him a family. You got that, or he makes a joke about himself. But it's bare bones. Excuse me. It's bare bones. Not enough for personality or his character or any arc or anything like that. Not enough, and I always took jabs at the character too. He's the lamest Avenger, and then with my brother Josh, we did that. We just always took jabs at him. Um, he's the lamest Avenger. He's wishes he was Green Arrow. Wishes he was Green Arrow. We would say it like that. But Green Arrow wannabe. But yeah, was introduced to the character and um but yeah, and Green Arrow, I'm a big fan of Green Arrow. I had the 80s series. I'm a Green Arrow guy, not a Hawkeye guy, but I had the 80s series, which is awesome. I needed to read that, more of that, and then get more. And I got year one, too, is pretty good. And the series 2 Arrow, I liked. This is my favorite CW one, even though, yeah, there's some soap opera stuff, or sometimes they shoehorn in DC characters sometimes, it feels like. But overall, and Deathstroke's amazing too. He's awesome. And the hand-to-hand combat I loved on there too. It didn't rely on CG like the other shows, and the CG's bad on the shows, so it was for its favor more on the hand-to-hand stuff. Um But yeah, and Justice League Unlimited, that's another one too. I've watched at my grandma's nanny's place. Um, Justice League Unlimited, watching that, and that definitely too. That got into the character with that. Big Green Arrow fan, love Green Arrow, but yeah, the Hawkeye, no, he's lame. Yeah, Hawkeye's lame. So with the show, I had very low expectations, and I didn't see it right away either. I was hesitant. I was like, I don't want to see this. Like, and also because the one playing Kate Bishop too, I think she's like a Disney star or something too, and that too, I'm just like, I don't want to see this. I'm like, no. There was like that kind of stuff that was like, I don't want to see this. And then I heard from my brother Josh, and he said it was a good show, and I was like, okay, that sparked interest, and I was like, okay, I'll see it. Um, so I finally got around to seeing the first episode, and I wasn't impressed. There was some good moments, but it wasn't impressed by it. Did not hook me in. I was like, oh, this is mediocre. I'm like, I'm not into it, and try to do spoiler three to do excuse me do like a spoiler three first, and then do a spoiler thing for both series things. But yeah, I wasn't impressed by it. I wasn't hooked in. There was a good moment between, and there's this lame play they were watching too. And I don't mind giving that away because that's, oh yeah, the play thing at the last episode end credit is like seeing the play thing in its entirety without any Hawkeye or disruption. And it's lame. It's just like, yeah, I'll just say it. It's just a joke. It's just like, yeah, I can give that away. Whatever. Who cares? Um, but yeah, it didn't hook me. There was a good moment during the play when he's watching it, and it's like a reenactment of the first Avenger film. And it's a musical. Um, but he sees Natasha, Black Widow, and it gives him like post traumatic stress, and he's like his ears are ringing, and he's like zoning out, and you can see like he's still in regret for it. And that was a good moment. And it's further established in the rest of the episodes, so that's good. And also in the first episode, you get with the Ronin costume that he used to wear and where he used to go by, and he was a vigilante. And they go further into that too, and the consequences of his actions too, of that. Go into that of him being the Ronin. Um, Villains, there was some, good villains, but there's some really bad villains. The tracksuit mafia were just awful and just there to be a joke. Um, there's a good villain character, and they do give her good development. And there's like this one good character that's a good villain. Couple surprise characters too, and they're good. Maybe needed more development too, and even Hawkeye too needs more development. There is good, but watching the rest of the episodes, I got hooked more, and there's good ideas. The execution could be better. The writing could be better. More fleshed out. More time given instead of the 6 episodes. Put it to 8 episodes. Um, and we get to see more too of his past too, because they it didn't feel like enough. But this series definitely made me warm up to Hawkeye. I liked him. I like him now than before. I didn't at all. Um, was worried too with the Disney Star one too, either being annoying or either, and also her character. They mentioned how she's connected to Hawkeye or connected to the movies. Her connection, and I don't know. I felt kind of flimsy and kind of I was kind of with it, but and I wasn't, and I thought we were gonna get there's something with her character too, and I'm like, oh great, it's gonna go this way with her character, this type. All right, she's gonna be this type, but surprisingly, she's more than that. So it's a good thing with that. I'll go into spoilers with that, but yeah, try to be vague as possible, discreet as possible, even though I'd prefer the other way, but of saying it, but yeah, there's some other surprise characters and they need more development. The technical aspects for it needed to be better. The filming, like there needed to be more wide shots. There was like too many close-up shots. Now the close-up shots do work when it's in paranoia or when he because he has problems with his hearing, so and it's the disorient him being disoriented, so it captures that, or the claustrophobic, or moments like that, or paranoia. It's perfect for that, and a movie that's perfect with that. The first Mission Impossible does that perfectly, or the show John Adams. When there's any of that too, that show does that. The close-ups and as examples, and it's like, yeah, that stuff works in those instances or scenes. It works there perfectly, but yeah, not in like the whole show is like that. It's like kind of like, oh, can we get a wide shot? Can we come on? Um, there is a cool 360 shot when there's a car chase. There's a cool 360 shot where it goes around. Um, Another technical aspect, the music. It just didn't fit with the Christmas music, made it seem cheesy. The action scenes are supposed to be suspenseful and intense, and it took away from the intensity the Christmas music did. I did not like that. Um, or aspects. There is some good shots with the claustrophobic shots, but there is some good shots. I'm trying to remember what was a good shot from outside the hotel. Like there's a good kind of, even still close up, but like kind of shot like that. But I recommend seeing the series. Yes. Also, one of the villains is very predictable too. But there is a good twist with something. One was very predictable, but yeah, there was a good twist with something too. Um, wouldn't recommend buying it like on streaming. Mandalorian's more like, yeah, you gotta buy that. Yeah, you gotta get Disney Plus. Oh yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah, awesome. This is just pretty good. It's nothing to go wild about. Um, oh, and there's great hand-to-hand combat fighting too in this. I was so happy with that. But there's yeah, the technical side. There's bad CGI with some of the trick arrows. There's really like bad cheesy looking CG that looks off. Looks fake, looks off, and it's like, yeah, you know, with the what was it? The one where it's the especially the one trick arrow with the what was it with the gel that comes out, the putty gel. Excuse me. The putty gel one that definitely, that was bad, that effect. Um, CGI effect was horrible. But yeah, I'd recommend this free trial, or if your friend has the account, and share it and see it there. If you already have it too, see it. Um, on DVD, would I get it? Is a collection worthy? Yeah, I'd get it, but I would wait for a low price. I wouldn't go full price on it. Um, but yeah, that's it. I'd say it's pretty good overall. Not bad. And that's now it is the spoilers. Dun dun dun. You've been warned. Yeah. Um. So with Kate Bishop, yeah, what I was worried with her being the one type and being the rebellious angst teen type, I was worried about that. But thankfully, she's she's not. There is maturity because there is something with a twist. You find out with the mother character works with it is involved with bad shady people too. You find that out and isn't squeaky clean. And it goes along with the surprise character as well. Tied in with that, and the surprise character is Kingpin, and that was freaking awesome. Just yes, finally the Netflix click characters are connected to the MCU. Finally, and it's been since like Infinity War. They were supposed to be in that in the New York scene. They were supposed to be in that battle against the Squidward henchmen of Thanos. They were the Defenders were supposed to be in that, but it didn't happen. But finally, the Netflix it's in the MCU finally. And it was awesome. He's awesome. D'Onofrio's a good actor, so he was good in the role. And a good villain. Yeah, the twist was good. You find out the mother's involved with him. And yeah, she still loves her mother though. She is upset by it, but I love that maturity of it. She still loves her mother though, so it wasn't like full blown I hate you, or even beforehand too. She still loved her mother. There wasn't like I hate my mom because there you were kind of getting that because with her has the new boyfriend and she was kind of feeling but she still was with her mother and was happy that she was happy, so there was maturity at least there. She wasn't just angst filled and I hate you you know so that was good. But yeah, it was predictable with the boyfriend character. He's involved with the tracksuit mafia, and that was very predictable with that, and he's bad, you find out, and it's very predictable, just like ugh. But his character turns into a hero, I guess, at the end of it too. There was also that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the third act structure. There does has one cliche. The third act structure. There's no beam in the sky. There's no CGI monster, but there is a faceless army. So when it's the tracksuit mafia guys and Hawkeye and Kate Bishop go against, and he also meets these. Hawkeye meets these because someone has a suit, so he meets with these cosplayer medieval guys, and they were cool. I thought they were cool, funny, but it was cool because they ingrained him into the story, and they actually helped at the end, and they did something. They weren't just a joke. They actually fought too. They actually pitched in, helped, fought. and save people too. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. That's okay. That was really good. Also, I liked that he wanted to keep a low profile. He didn't want this fancy costume thing. He does finally get like a costume upgrade to um, and he has the purple, but it's not so much of it. It's just there is some purple in his costume. Um, but yeah, Maya is the other character that's a good good antagonist. She's out for revenge too because her father was killed, and there's a good hand to hand between Hawkeye and her. Awesome fighting there. Um, she's like a good villain, and it wants revenge because her father was killed by the. She was believed it to be Ronin, but then it turns out it was really Kingpin. His second in command, his other henchman, um, guy that was involved. She takes him out and goes for Kingpin too, which I was pissed off because I'm like, you better not kill Kingpin. You brought him back. You better not kill him. I went like, what? Like, because it leaves it ambiguous. It goes up, and I found out that's actually based on a comic thing too, according my brother Josh was saying. So it was from that, but it leaves it ambiguous and goes up, and it's like, oh, is he dead? Is he not? Oh, maybe. He better not be. You brought him back. Don't mess it up. Um, else, there is another surprise character with the Black Widow's sister. She comes in and she's led to believe that Hawkeye killed Black Widow. So she's also out for revenge. And that is another story that revenge, there's nothing good with revenge. And there's nothing good with revenge. And you need to learn to let go to live your life and enjoy your life. There is that message in that as well in the series. That could also be fleshed out too. I would like that to have been fleshed out. But Um, she does. They both have a confrontation. She does kick ass, and she kicks his ass too. Hawkeye's ass. Um, Yelena. Uh, also, what's good about her? She's not super serious. She does have humor to her too. I like that too. Um, but she could have been more developed too. Maybe a little more. It was interesting too. She got poofed by the Thanos snap and came back and is trying to like figure out things. So it was like kind of interesting with that. It's not so much focus though. It could have been more. Um, but yeah, pretty good. It's a pretty good show. Recommend seeing it, but again, only if a friend you share an account, a friend has an account, lends it to you, had that, or if I wouldn't pay the streaming service. No, I wouldn't for it. It's not amazing. It's not. Other shows were better. Marvel shows were better, like Loki, or I would say what was better, like Falcon and Winter Soldier was better. It just this one wasn't as on that level, but or Mandalorian's better. But yeah, if you can get it that way, or if it ever comes out of DVD, low price on DVD is my recommendation for it. Go out to pay the streaming service for it. It's not nothing to go crazy over, but it's pretty good. And I definitely want to read the comics now too to get a little more into Hawkeye. So the show definitely did that for me. So that was good too. Um, yeah, that's it for that. And now it's Superman and Lois. And my thing with Superman, how did I get into Superman? The Christopher Reeve Superman. I loved the first, and I have it, the first, and I also had the second one too. The first, second, um, movies are good and love them. Um, he's like the ideal choice of what I see with Superman. Three and four are just bad, awful. Just no. He's still, he's good, but it's like the rest of it's just like and cheaply made, or just bad, too much humor. And uh, Man Returns with Brendan Ralph, I still had to see from front and back with Bryan Singer's Superman. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. There were some cool shots when he saves the plane. That was cool. When he stops it from crashing into the. So that was cool when he saves the people. That scene was cool. But yeah, but I don't know. The rest just was, and he's a deadbeat dad too. He impregnates Lois and just leaves her. I'm like, yeah, father of the year. Oh yeah. um, what? Man of Steel is another one, and also the animated series of Superman, and there's another thing too with more animated Superman Apocalypse, Public Enemies, um, Batman and Superman the movie, Justice League Unlimited too, that had him in it. The animated series, they're all good. To get more of the comics, I don't have that many comics. Just the Death of the Superman comic, and it's really good. And I have Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. Interesting perspective, and he's more of like, you see through. He's got to stop Superman, keep him in check. He's more. He's not mustache twirling villain. He's a more complex villain. You can see his point of view and understand the way he is. And it's a good story, good comic book. But yeah, I need to get more like Red Sun, and there's other ones too I need to check out. But Man of Steel was a pretty good movie too, except Zack Snyder's writing. There's some bad writing with the maybe line. The maybe you should have let the kids drown in the bus. Father of the year again. Um, wow. What were you thinking? Wow. um, and product placement too. That was bad. The product placement at IHOP, and that was bad. The American flags, the Jesus symbolism is kind of like heavy-handed, blatant. I still enjoyed the film, but yeah, I can see those problems, and also the gray filter. I wasn't crazy about that. The gray filter. It's like just to have it in normal color. Just why can't you have some brightness? Why does it have to look all doom and gloom? That's not Superman either. And oh yeah, it gets worse with Batman versus Superman. It's even more so. And uh, And he's dark and brooding in that too. It's awful garbage. Um, and they ruined Death of Superman storyline in that too. Justice League was, he's more at the optimist and he's back to being that, but it's not a great movie either. It's like mediocre. It's like throwaway, too much CG and just and it looks so fake too and they spend like 300 million, but it looks so bad. It's like, wow, all this money was wasted and it doesn't even look that good. It felt rushed too to the climax. Um, then it would be, yeah, Superman and Lois. Now I'm gonna go to the show. Try to make it spoiler free at first. It has its CW isms. I was surprised with the really good reviews, so I wanted to see it too, and so I gave it a whirl. And yeah, it has its CWs and because there's the drama stuff or like, and that's the problem with the show. They just have drama for the sake of drama, and it amounts to nowhere or doesn't really matter. Or they make up stuff as they go along. That's another CW thing with these shows. Excuse me. But yeah, they make up stuff as they go along. And there's one in episode 5, something with Lois, and it feels very forced, and it's so bad. That's one example, but I'll say more details in the spoilers. But yeah, that was really bad. There's something to with some character too, and it felt drama for the drama's sake. And yeah, the two sons, the one's the jock, and he's in the sports, and then you had the jock, and you had the high school drama and stuff, and it's like you had that, you had the other one that's like an outsider, and he's the angst one too, so you had that, unfortunately. And it has the thing, unfortunately, too, with them lying to each other, and not trusting each other, lying to each other, the whole family, and it's like it's so annoying. It's the same thing when Agents of Shield did the same thing, kept lying to each other. No one trusts each other, and but they supposedly learn it by the end of the episode, but then just make the same mistakes again the next episode. It's so bad and so annoying. It's like, come on, guys. Didn't you just learn this not to do this? Yeah, there's that. Um, it copies a lot from Man of Steel, the army aspect, being involved with the military aspect, and the gray color to the filter, the zoom in shots when he flies up, it zooms in like in Man of Steel, and also the what is it? The lens flares too. That's from Man of Steel, and it's also a J.J. Abrams thing too. Um, it's his signature touch. But yeah, there's some good ideas in the show because it's like him trying to have a normal life, and also balancing it out with the superhero life and saving people and going out save the world and people, but also to manage a family as well. So it's like a good idea, but there's like, yeah, some of the execution's bad. The effects are bad, but better than the usual CW effects. It's still there's some bad CGI, but it's better than like DC. What is it? Legends of Tomorrow has awful CGI in that. Um, this definitely has better CGI than that, but yeah, there's still some bad CG. Um, Also, the suit is very Man of Steel like because it doesn't have the red briefs. And it's darker. But the suit is awful. It's like this Party City padding, muscle padding. It's fine if I wear it or if you guys wear it. And for cosplay or for Halloween, that's fine. If we do that. But in a professional show movie, it's bad for that. Uh, Um. Also, I forgot to mention Smallville. That was another thing I've seen that had some cheesy and bad effects too. And uh, I like Tom, like the main guy that played him in that. And then there was a good Lex Luthor or two in that. He was complex and was his friend, but wanted to keep him in check. So that was very good in that. Um, but there was some just bad, like made up villains they made. Like there's literally an episode of vampires in a sorority house, and they were like the villains, and they were seducing Superman. That was like so awful, and I unfortunately I still remember that one. I wish I didn't. um, yeah. Back to Superman and Lois. It's also it's inspired to Superman and Lois, not just heavily on Man of Steel, but it takes from there's like some 90s show to Lois and Clark, I think it's called. And it was like some kind of romantic comedy thing, I think, or some kind of thing that had some superhero thing. And it looked cheesy and it also had models as the playing them. And this too has that, which it feels iffy and feels off having like two models because then they don't feel like normal people. They don't look like normal people. It's like a little off putting with that, but and it kind of goes against the whole like them trying to live the normal thing. But um there's good antagonists, villains, some good ones. There's a bad mustache twirling one too. um The good ones, there's the stranger that comes from another world. That comes from another world. That sounds like one of those old serial things, but yeah. Um, um, Old radio show things. He was very good. He comes from another world, and there's like a twist too with him, and it was good. And he has to take down Superman, keep him in check too. I like that. And also, there's Lois Lane's father. That's the military guy that he works with. Superman works with, but he also keeps him in check and protects, the family too. So I like that too. He was an interesting like antagonist. It is like raw. It is like the Hulk though. I know that's been done with Hulk and General Ross had the same thing like that, but I think it's better than that because there's more maturity here than with the Ross. Was definitely one sided. Like, oh, I'm against him. It's not to keep him in check or to keep the family safe. It was more like more one sided than this. This is more you understand, and he still likes Superman. He doesn't hate Superman either. So this is definitely better. Um, but yeah, that's overall. I'd say it has some Easter eggs too in it. The mustache twirling villain, you find out who it is. It's some evil corporate guy, of course. Evil corporate guy. But I mean, there's some good stuff with them wanting to save the farms and all that. I like that. Good ideas. there's that, but then there's something else too that involves something with Krypton. I can't give away too much, but and that it's a good idea, but again, the execution just wasn't good. On that too. Um, but it's a decent series overall. I seen it got like an 85. I'd give it a 65, six and a half out of 10. It's decent. I don't know if I would buy it though, and it's free on the on demand. That's how I watched it. I think on the CW Seed, it's called. That's like the streaming service. Supposedly it said it's free, so I don't know if that's true or it's just a free trial. Um, so I don't want to say that, and then it's not. But maybe like a free trial thing that's more likely. But I don't want to give misinformation on that. I did see an ad saying that it was free, but I was like, I don't know how sure I'm with that. It's maybe a free trial. I don't know. More likely that, but that's the way I would see it. If you can see it on your on demand or for free or um I don't know if it's collection worthy though. I don't know. I'm still debating that. It's like kind of I would get it dirt cheap maybe at the I don't know. Season 2 started too, so and it's still doing the same problems unfortunately. But uh, no, I wouldn't get it on DVD. I'm just like, no. Still watching it, but yeah, that's how I would see it. Free trial on CW Seed or on demand for free if you can see it from there. But it's not great though. But it's nothing to go crazy over. Uh, But yeah, that's it. Now it's the spoilers. You've been warned. But yeah, here we go. So there's so there was a good reversal, I'd say, with the two sons, because excuse me, but there's a good reversal between the two sons, and that would be with Jonathan and Jordan. There's a good reversal because one's the jock, and you think, and he has like the physicality, so you think, oh, he's the one that's gonna have the powers. It builds it up to that, and then when and you're thinking it's that, but then you find out no, it's the outcast one. I did like that reversal, and it was like a good twist. Is the one you didn't expect to have the powers. I like that, and the one that's well fit and more like popular and all that is the one without the powers. I like that, but just too bad. Yeah, like he's the outcast one is the angsty one. Too bad. It's like that. Like, oh, I hate you. He hates Superman. But, he does learn to train with him, and I thought that was cool with his father. I like that stuff, or when they learn to train each other, and but yeah, they made this thing up in episode 5 with Lois having a miscarriage, and it was never established, never hinted at, and it was so forced because she goes to her psychiatrist or therapist, and she says it. She just says it. The therapist says it, not her. It didn't come out from her, and it was so bad and so forced too. And if she's really, upset and disturbed and plagued by having a miscarriage. Why didn't she show any signs of that like 4 episodes ago or into this episode? I'm like, what the hell? It was never established, never hinted at. Her, being clingy or her being like nothing. There was nothing establishing that like anything with a miscarriage, even like mentioning it to Clark in any way. It would be so much better that way. But no, it comes out of the therapist. I'm like, this is so bad and forced and unnecessary drama for the sake of drama. And then it's so lame. And another unnecessary for the sake of drama, unnecessary drama for the sake of drama is there's this corrupt mayor and Lana Lane, yeah, the friend of Superman. They used to be a thing, and then she's with someone else and with her husband and the daughter Sarah, and then Sarah and the one son are together and they like each other. Um, but yeah, they're the thing with the mayor. There's like an Easter egg because he looks like Gene Hackman. He looks like him, with the curly hair, and he has a green suit thing too, and um, so it might have been intentional with that, but that's the only good thing I can say about his character because it was just so unnecessary and it didn't add anything. It was just there. And then he was gone too, so it was like, what was the point of this? This is so lame, so bad. Um, what else? And Superman lying to everyone too about his identity, but to his sons too, trying to keep that away from him. And of course, that backfired. And then just the whole distrust and the whole thing, and it's annoying. It's just like, come on. Um, but yeah, the character, the stranger character, you find out who he is. He's Lex Luthor mixed with Steel, Henry Irons. So, and he was really good. It was a good twist with his character because you find out in the other world, Superman's evil in that, and he destroys, kills. He's killing humanity, so he has to take him down. He killed Lois Lane in that world, and Lois was married to Henry Irons. He's like the best part of the show too. I'd say he's like the best and the best character too. Just really awesome. You can understand his point of view and him wanting to take him down, and it was cool too. He works with him to they settle their differences too, and he does work with Superman to fight Morgan Edge, but Morgan Edge also becomes, or he was, he's putting consciousness into everyone and making like Supermen, making Supermans, but you find out the consciences of the Kryptonians in them, so they're back to life, and that is a good compelling thing because that's his people, his family. So you can have something good there, good writing or compelling storytelling there. But again, the execution's not great because the villain, he's just a mustache twirling villain. I'm gonna destroy the world. I'm gonna rule the world type. Um, so that was disappointing. Even though the flashback showing the brother coming down and him being hunted and fighting for his survival, I did like those bits there, but again, he's just a mustache twirling villain, which sucked. Um, yeah, it's just it's no, it's a decent show. There's some good wide shots in it though. There's some good wide shots, some better filming than Hawkeye. I'll say that. It does have not so much close-ups. And there is a good another technical aspect that's good in Superman and Lois is the transitions with flashbacks were good when Clark was thinking back when he was younger with his mom and stuff like that. There was good transitions to the flashbacks were seamless. An example of that is like in Silence of the Lambs had that too. Um, just smoothly goes to it. It doesn't feel janky. But I'm watching season two started and it has the same problems because again, at least it's coming out of her this time. But again, forced drama because her mother abandoned her. I mean, yeah, they didn't, but I don't know because they didn't mention the mother character beforehand. And it's like you had a whole season and you didn't mention this. And two, they could have cut down seasons. They could have cut for the first season. Could have been cut down to 10 episodes. It was like 15. It felt stretched out to things need to be fleshed out too. So that's funny how that is. It needed to be fleshed out, but then it dragged out as well. Um, Dingle showed up too in an episode. It was cool to see him, and he was involved in trying to help them out with all the Superman's attack. They do take down Morgan Edge. He gets captured, and then he's released again or something, and he gets beat up again, defeated. Oh yeah, in the third act structure, there is a beam in the sky, and the faceless army. Unfortunately, there is that meets those superhero quotas. Um, Cliches. Faceless army being the people possessed with the Superman, the consciousness being take over with the Kryptonians. But yeah, it's a decent show. I see it if you can for free anyway, but I wouldn't pay the streaming service for it. If you have to, don't. It's nothing to go crazy for. I don't know if you're a big Superman fan, you might get something out of it because there's some Easter eggs too. They reference the first comic thing too. That was another Easter egg with him picking up the car like that. Um, Iconic shot. Yeah, it's just a decent show. It's nothing to go crazy with. But yeah, those are my reviews. I'm gonna try to do more reviews like this. Also try to do list videos. The worst, best things, or yeah, try that. Something different with that. Um, we'll see. So I hope this video works so you guys can see this because it's so like I know this is gonna be longer, but it's like two reviews in one and gave a spoiler and non-spoiler. So I hope you enjoy it. Um, hope you enjoyed Peeps. My message to you, of course, stay creative. Don't listen to the crazy people that tell you not to write and draw and sing Keep on doing it. Don't get involved with the bad things that they get involved with: sex, drugs, alcohol, what's brainwashed for us to have mass appeal. Um, Keep on building, designing, writing, drawing, singing, anything with art, the power of art, baby. um, but yeah. And also let me know, it'd be good to know too, what you think about these shows too. Uh, let's discuss, comment, what you guys thought, if you liked them or not, or what you liked and didn't like. Let me know too. That very important too. But yeah, stay creative, drawing, writing, building, designing. Keep on doing that. All right, subscribe to the channel if you want to. Peace out, and hope everyone has a good day. It's a good night. It's night, but yeah, good day too. Why not? All right. Peace out. See ya.